I'm gonna try to give you advice in all the stages of the game. So I'll try to find some games where things are going very well in the opening or poorly in the opening, and just kind of give you, some general pointers. So let's take this game for example. So you had the white pieces. Your opponent's rated 748. I can I can do. Your rating in this game was 808. Let's edit this, and your opponent's rating was 748. Okay. You started out with e4, and most commonly you usually get this move, right?
Yeah.
So I like what you played. Knight here, knight c6, and then here you played this move. What is your
Right.
inspiration for the Scotch opening?
Um, well, I seem to usually be able to pick up a pawn with this one because then I can um, either I can take it and then recapture with my knight, or if I bring this bishop out here um, onto b5, then I can take his knight and then leave the e5 pawn undefended, and then capture that with the knight.
Yeah, bishop out. Well, we were just doing this tier list for beginners with Hikaru, and we were talking about the placement of this bishop in king's pawn positions. So when it's both sides play king's pawn, and
Okay.
I was arguing that the bishop on c4, actually without a confrontation with this knight, can sometimes be a little bit more poisonous. So if you play bishop to c4, d4 is great, by the way. I used to play. I mean, I played this up until I got to about maybe 18 or 1900. So highly recommend this. So when I'm showing you things, it's not me saying, "Hey, Patch, don't play d4 ever again. It's a terrible opening. You should only play bishop c4." Just options. So
Oh, so you play the bishop before moving the second pawn.
yes, and let me tell you why. So play a move for black that you think looks natural.
Ooh, okay.
Just a
Um,
developing move.
uh, this one.
Okay, very good. Have you ever heard of the fried liver attack?
Yeah, I had a friend that used to destroy me with that one all the time.
Okay, so when you play pawn, knight, and bishop against pawn, knight, knight, this move blocks the queen's vision to that square, right? Because earlier that was covered
Right.
for your knight. But when the knight moves there, so play the move knight g5.
Okay.
Against knight to f6, you can play knight g5, and if you ever want to draw an arrow, it's just right click and drag. So this is your threat.
Okay.
This
True.
is a very big problem, and actually, just looking at this, black can only defend this in one way. It's pushing this pawn forward.
That defends this?
Yes, because it blocks the bishop.
Oh, I see. Right.
Hmm.
Okay.
And this pawn is supported by which two pieces for black?
Uh, Queen
Very
and
good. Yes.
okay.
So the queen and I think you named a recent stream our horses OP. So we can go horse. um,
Indeed.
so with white here, there's kind of a famous trap, and I'm gonna show it to you because it's just good to have this in your toolbox, so you don't need to recreate too much or try to reinvent the wheel in the beginning. You can just take it. So take the pawn.
Using my pawn
Yep.
like this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of players with the black pieces, they will take back natural recapture. So you obviously don't have a dual attack on that square anymore.
Right.
Now I want to know your thoughts on this trade. So this trade, what do you think about it?
Um, well, I feel like I feel like I've heard this said before, where if you bring your queen out so early, you lose tempo. So I could play this, and now I'm developing pieces and making the queen run away at the same time.
Aha, knight c3. Okay, so there's a few things to learn here. Yes. You say something absolutely accurate. In general, it's bad to bring the queen out early because you can play the knight move. But in chess, sometimes these kind of more general concepts they supersede each other. So usually that rule is 100% right. But in this particular position, that queen attacks something. What is it
Um,
attacking?
this pawn.
Very nice. And if you play knight c3, this is going to be a very, very bad situation, because what is the queen attacking once it arrives?
Uh, the knight and the rook.
Yes, and there is no way to guard both. You will unfortunately have to lose one of them, preferably the knight. But yeah, we wanna avoid this. So the way you can think about this is, well, okay, I learned that bringing the queen out early is bad. Why is it good in this position? It's general terms are general terms, but material is extremely important. And so before you play a move like this, any move you play, right? Let's say you say, I want to go knight c3, it hits the queen, I'm developing. Ask yourself the following question: is there anything my opponent can capture in my position? That will
Okay.
help you a lot, just asking that question. So the answer is yes, 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 but only this one makes any sense,
Yeah.
because the other two are bad.
Not a good trade. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not a good trade. So, so queen takes g2 is a problem. So then this trade, the way I can get you to think about this is early on in the game, unless you get a really huge benefit from trading a bishop for a knight, I would advise against it. Bishops
Okay.
generally are more, they're much more powerful on the long range, the diagonal, and I would not recommend bishop for knight trade unless, you're winning a pawn or two pawns or something like that.
Interesting. So even though the material rating, they're both rated
Mm-hmm.
at 3, I think.
Yes, exactly.
It's interesting that you. I think I've heard that before though, that it's not a good trade. So that's interesting to hear here too.
Yeah, and this, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I said I'll keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah, it's and again, it's you build this up with experience, but we want to basically get you to a point where in the first 10 moves the game is easy for you. You know what I mean? You're not constantly thinking about you kind of already know what to do, and then that's where you can really middle game strategy. That's where the chess is beautiful. Not necessarily in the beginning. It's just more, we got to get you from point A to the middle game. Nothing should be
Mhm.
happening in the opening. So in the fried liver, again, with the central pawn trade, there is one big problem with black's position, and it's the fact that you can actually still take this pawn. And it's
Oh,
like, wait,
really?
what? Yeah, like, wait,
Yeah.
what? King's gonna take, right?
Yeah.
So I'd like you to find a fork. Forks you're familiar with, you've done puzzles and all these things, or not
Okay.
really.
Could it be this?
Hey, there we go. Fantastic. Queen attacks the king, and it attacks the knight as well, right?
Yeah, and if I attack here, it's defended with the bishop, so it'd
Yes.
be a decent trade.
Yes, exactly. Let me ask you this. If the king were to go backwards, and I give you the option, I say, what are you going to take this with? What's your first instinct?
Um, the bishop.
Because you don't want your queen to be taken.
Yeah, why risk it? I don't know. I feel
Well,
like
no,
I could be missing something, and so I would generally opt to use the less risky piece.
right. So I guess the best way to think about it, queen takes is a completely okay move. Like it's because what it is, it's just the trade of the queens, right? It's completely fine, but completely fine and not trading the queen is also completely fine.
Yeah.
Because your queen and bishop work together. Let's say I play a random move. How does white win the game here? Same idea as in Scholar.
F7.
Yeah, go ahead. You could play it. Very nice. So you're already thinking the right way. You're not just thinking about your own position. See, if I ask the beginner what's the best move here for white, they might say castle or take the knight. Oh, sorry, or take the knight, and you have defense, and I'm not castled yet, but
Mhm.
um, open king for the opponent. It's a conversation between two players, so they haven't guarded that square, so you play queen f7. Um, Tactical idea, right? So how much have you heard about tactics, studied tactics? What's your tactical knowledge in chess?
I've played a few rounds of the Puzzle Rush on chess.
Okay.
Other than that, though, I can't say I've studied much other than watching a few videos of yours and a few other chess YouTubers.
I gotta tell you, when you said that, I was actually a little bit shocked when you told me.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man.
It's I gotta bless the algorithm on that one. David Packman told me the same thing. He said a couple weeks ago, like I started seeing some, and I was like, "That's amazing." I just put that out there for folks, and it's really cool. You guys that came up for you as well. Um, okay,
Yeah, I was a big fan of Critical Penguin Zero, and when he started getting into chess, I
yes,
decided to kind of check it out again, and then that introduced me to a whole web of interesting creators and interesting videos.
yeah. I think as I told you yesterday, your your Jungle Cats video, and also uh Critical back in the day when he was playing these video games. I mean, hey everybody, it's Critical. I would do these. Yeah,
Good
his
impression.
yeah the complete like crazy weird graphics games that he was playing all the time. That was like OG YouTube. So
Right.
okay, I'm gonna put your skills to the test.
Okay,
Um,
sure.
King comes forward, gets out of check, and defends the knight. So
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen someone bring their king out early in the
yes,
game.
and for good reason, by the way. Bad. This is not good. This is why the fried liver is so dangerous, because of this sacrifice, which we'll review after. So queen f3. Oops, sorry. King comes forward. So what's the material count here? That's something I want you to start thinking about more in chess. Material count. Are you up points, down points? What's the balance?
So right now, since I'm down my knight, this is before I've captured
Hmm.
the knight. So I'm down. I've only taken 2 pawns, and they've taken a pawn and a horse, a knight.
Perfect. Yeah. So the count is that you have a one pawn for a knight, which is generally pretty bad. But
Mhm.
what is counterbalancing that right now? What?
The fact that the king is really like open.
Yeah, like this is bad. That's worth something, right? So you're not gonna take this, because if you do, and I mean you're not gonna make this big trade because you're losing right now.
Right.
And so you should not trade pieces when you are down material for the most part. That's usually not a good thing to do. You lose all your pieces, you're going to lose the game.
Hmm.
So then how do you add pressure to this? You know what this tactical term is, right?
Yeah. Tempo, pressure, I've heard used kind of interchangeably.
Yeah, and also you're pinning the knight to the king.
Yeah.
That's what that's called, because the knight can't move. So if you're pinning the knight to the king, you using your bishop, you're adding pressure with the queen. How can another one of your pieces see this knight, put the knight in its sights?
The other knight. Yeah.
Very nice. Now, normally this is not what I say is like a knight can't attack a knight because that's like punching the mirror. That doesn't make any sense. But
Hmm.
in this case, this move is illegal
Yeah, he's
because
pinned. Right.
yes, great move. Now you are actually threatening to win this knight. So just for practice, I want to, because you said you had some difficulties with converting winning positions. I want to practice this a little bit. So I'm going to play a move that's a little confusing. I'm going to play this move. So first things first, when your opponent makes a move, what should you ask yourself? You should ask, what does that move do?
Okay. So this move scares me because right now it's threatening the queen and also threatening this pawn,
Hmm.
which if it threatens this, if it takes this pawn here, then it's checking the king and picks up the rook for free, basically.
Very good.
If it doesn't just go ahead and take the queen outright.
You're
So
you're absolutely right. And at when you're first starting out in chess, it's difficult. Like I know the best move here for white because all the games that I've played, which is probably close to about 500,000, is your instinct in chess. It pushes you toward a move because you've seen this 100 times, and when you're seeing this for the first time, you're like, oh crap, like this is bad. I
mhm.
don't like this. However, you are familiar with tiers, so let's talk about tiers of danger. Your queen's under attack. Your pawn's under attack. What's what's above the queen on the tier on the list in terms of danger?
The king.
Yes. So as long as you're making a threat on your opponent, you don't need to move the queen. So what would that be in this position?
So you're saying if I put their king in check, then I can continue my attack without worrying about losing the queen.
Yes, you don't.
So
You're not allowed to move the queen because this is a check, that's a check, but you're not allowed to move the queen. So how can you put this king in check?
yeah. Um. So I could go for the. Or I could attack finally with this
Mm-hmm.
bishop, right?
Yes, exactly right. And you've added a defender, so queen takes d5 is terrible. Just so you understand, which would you take with? I just want to be fully confirmed that you see that.
Which would I take with?
Knight or
So
queen.
um, queen to keep up the attack.
Keep up the attack. What's the biggest problem with taking with the knight?
Because then he can check here.
Oh, I thought we... Okay, the knight was attacking something else.
Or okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yes. Which is exactly why I take it all the way through to the conclusion. I just want to make sure we're completely on the same page. So, a lot of beginners, I hear this, they say, I don't want to bring my queen in, I'd rather take with what's worth less. Have you heard that before?
Yeah.
Exactly right. But when you're attacking a king, if you can get the queen super close and it's protected, that's very dangerous. So, this move hits the king and is defended, which is why it's the best move.
Mm-hmm.
And just like you said, you continue the attack. And then maybe you want to defend this guy, or maybe you just castle. Because as long as this is not a, as you said, a double attack, does it really matter? You know, if your king is over here and all he's doing is attacking your rook, it's not the end of the
Right.
world. You just slide your rook over. So, bishop takes, fantastic move. Let's pretend I don't lose my queen. I'm going to play king d6. Okay, now talk to me about the position. What is still in danger for you?
So same threat as before with the those two pieces being attacked by the knight here.
Yeah, so
But also now, well, I mean, if I move the queen. Oh no, never mind. I guess the bishop is still protected by the knight.
Nice. So we need to guard both. We need to not allow either of these things to be a threat.
Okay, so potentially moving here or here.
Very good. You have another square. Just optically, it looks like you could go here because that also guards. But in this position, how should I explain this? So as you start moving from beginner to intermediate to advanced, you're gonna start seeing why certain moves are very dangerous for you. You're gonna say, I cannot play this move because my opponent has a really strong idea. So this is still not possible, but the knight has vision on the pawn, right?
Yeah.
Is there another piece in black's position that can join the attack on this pawn, while at the same time maybe attacking your queen? So think about this diagonal.
Yeah. This here.
Yes, I feel like you like saw it pretty fast actually. I feel like you like picked up on this little idea.
You've got me afraid for my queen's life here. So maybe I'm seeing stuff.
No, this is fantastic. And by the way, you notice the knight defends it, right?
Right. Exactly.
That's what makes all of this possible. This little kind of trio of everybody's kind of guarding everybody else. So the moves that you suggested are great. Let's say queen d3. Okay, let's say I play bishop f5. I'm attacking your queen anyway. How would you defend against this threat?
My instinct is this one.
That is an excellent move. I don't have anything to say to you.
Okay.
That's what I would have played. Now let's talk about piece dynamics a little bit. So your bishops are interacting.
Yeah.
When you go bishop here, what happens with your queen's line on the d file?
So there's the knight there is pinned now. You can't move out the way. So now this pawn is extra safe.
You're like the strongest 800 I've ever seen. Yes. Yes. Excellent. So if this knight ever moves, you have little ideas to chip away at this defense. Excellent. Okay. I want to talk out our thought process for the next few moves. I'm going to try to coach just a little bit less, let you kind of walk through logic and make a decision. So I just hear your thought process in the game. I'm going to go here.
Mm. Okay. So I have a few options.
Mm-hmm.
Can capture. I think that's well. Yeah, I can capture because if the knight attacks, then I can just bring the queen back. It's still defending that spot.
Okay.
I could check because this piece can't move out the way because it's pinned.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't really know where to go from this piece being here, but this would probably be. Oh, I don't know, because then I'm leaving my queen in a dangerous spot.
Okay.
I feel like this is the move.
Okay. I just wanted to hear kind of your deduction process, like for which move you think is better. I like that. I like exactly what you said there. I think all beginners can. I don't know. I mean, I feel like calling you a beginner at this point is somehow insulting your capabilities because you do not strike me as one. I was maybe lied to just a little bit, but no, your explanation is fantastic. Queen e4, totally solid. Did you notice that the knight can also take with check?
Oh, I did not notice that. No.
It's, I think I think they're both okay, but I just wanted to. Did you not see that the knight could take? Is that or did you see it wasn't a check?
I didn't even consider it, honestly. The move I was looking at with the knight was to go there. So yeah, I didn't consider it.
But queen takes is excellent because you maintain defense of this. I wanted to kind of just hone in on the thought process that certain like new players might have, and that's okay. I can take like this. That is an option. I
Yeah.
also have this option. And if you don't see this, you don't see this. So we won't even consider this. So let's just say this and this. So you said if I take, he can't take me. I'm still defending. And then you said, what if I check him? But then I'm leaving my queen in danger, so I don't really like that. That's excellent. Like anybody who listened there could, could benefit because some people who would be like, oh, he can't take. This must be good for me. What? Like just because he can't take doesn't mean it's not good. It's good for you. Like you're still under attack here. So excellent. I'm going to go queen f6.
Okay.
So first thing you ask,
What pieces is he
yeah, I mean,
challenging?
just maybe what's he attacking? And if there's
Oh,
nothing, the answer is nothing.
I don't really see. I mean, this one, I guess, but that doesn't make much sense to me.
Okay.
I guess nothing.
Nothing. You're absolutely right. I'm attacking nothing. I just moved my queen out. Okay, so what? How are you? What are you gonna play here? What's your plan?
I don't know. This move confuses me a lot. So
Because you think you're missing the idea?
I I don't see where like why my opponent would play this move. Like what I guess my question would be, okay, where's he gonna go next with this queen? He
Uh huh.
obviously put it there for a reason. Um I guess or that he really wants to defend this pawn, but it's already defended with this king. So
So here's what I'll tell you. If you can't see the idea immediately, and it's not a tactical idea, so it's not like, the way you think about this, is the queen gonna do any damage? No. I mean,
I guess not. Maybe.
yeah, no, well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
Well,
maybe you miss it and the queen does some damage.
yeah.
So the other thing is you look around, you say, can any other piece do damage now that the queen moved there? Like now that the queen is there, maybe the rook is coming. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but you don't need to force an idea onto an opponent's move. If it's not there, it's just a free move for you to maybe do what you want, maybe come up with your own idea. Because until you're like grandmaster, and I dare not speak for them because I'm not a grandmaster just yet. you're you're not going to always have a conversation about ideas with your opponent. Sometimes they just play moves and you just can't explain them.
Hmm.
So if you don't see an immediate thing for your opponent, okay, the floor is yours. So the floor is yours. What would you play here with white?
I think I'd probably castle here.
Outstanding move. Outstanding move. So here's what I'll say. A very quick scan, and you'll see that solving puzzles is very useful with this mechanism, is checks, captures, and attacks. I say this a lot, so I apologize to my chat if I sound repetitive. But you got to always look, check, check,
Hmm.
just scan them. Just make sure that you're looking at them. Obviously, this is bad. Is this bad or good? It's hard to tell because the king just moves away. You know what? It's tough
Yeah,
to
kind
tell.
of nice having his king out in the open. So
So
chasing off, maybe not.
it's difficult to say, and sometimes you just have to say, all right, it's too hard. I don't know. Is that a free pawn?
Um, well, he's still threatening this here.
Good.
So if I do that, yeah.
Yeah, queen b7. Be careful. So this kind of a thing, you used to guard a pawn, so it might not be, might not be good to jump in there. Or you say, well, I'm going to win his rook. So that's very complicated. I would recommend getting your king safe a lot. I did notice in a few games sometimes you go hunting before your king is castled.
Oh, you
So
checked out some of my games. Yeah, maybe.
so
But yeah, once I
castles.
castle, then this is theoretically a free pawn, right?
Yes, then this becomes an issue. Then your king is safe. This is not a problem. I like it now. Okay, I'm going to go here. What's the idea of this move?
This pawn's not free no more,
Exactly.
and I can't check here anymore with the horse
Yes.
with the knight.
Yes. Okay. So white to move.
Oh boy, floor is mine again. Um, okay. Oh, now I also can't do this one anymore either.
Mm-hmm.
So this makes a lot of sense. Uh, I think at this point I would want to bring these up so that I could free up the diagonals for my dark bishop.
That is outstanding. You should coach me. I think we should do this in reverse.
You don't get this far. Usually things go awry much quicker. So, but yeah, I think I would start with this one since it's adding a little bit of protection to this queen, just in case he wants to, I don't know, go here or something. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm gonna be annoying. I'm gonna make you think that you did something wrong.
All right. Um, I lose the pawn, and I can slide this over
Mm-hmm.
to save him.
Yep. And I'm just gonna go back.
Okay. And it seems like a good play from black. You got away with that one for free. We're still even now. I took this. I took the pawn that was. Oh no, I didn't because you blocked it.
You took a pawn earlier, so actually, yeah, we're still even on material.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm?
Hmm. All right. So right now. I'm like most worried about getting some surprise fork with the knight. So I'm looking at okay, what can this knight do here? It can check, but that's a take. I've seen quite a few times where I've been attacked with a knight, and then someone has had like a rook or a queen
Oh.
uh, on the pawn, so that I couldn't. It was pinning the pawn.
Oh.
I fall to that strategy a lot. That gets me quite a few times.
I know exactly what you're talking about, actually. Wow, and it's good that you've picked up on that, like, as a pattern. That's important, because if you lose the same way or get hit with the same tactic over and over, that's an issue. But if you don't, that obviously is a sign of improvement. So I'm going to show you two things in this position.
Okay.
The first is, if you're playing against the king in the center of the board, I mean, this is like a super drastic example, but if you're playing against the king in the center, you want to shred open the position. So you want to open up all the lines. The way to do that is to usually trade the pawns.
Okay.
So how can you offer a pawn trade here?
Uh, this one?
Excellent. So this move is crushing. This is undoubtedly the best move in the position, and frankly speaking, probably wins by force. And you would say, how's that possible?
Okay,
Okay,
wow.
so
That's a lot.
I know. First things first. When you think about this, I want to know your thoughts. Are you thinking pawn takes pawn?
Um, I would think that that would be what well, queen or pawn.
Hmm.
Because if not, if they do nothing, then next turn that's like game over. Uh, check with the check with the pawn
Yes.
and the queen at the same time.
Yes. So you would be taking on e5, and you would be there's a little trick there. You don't quite win the queen right away, but because there is the queen and the king, there's another pin, which the bishop
Okay.
will replace this guy. Okay, so let me just say I take. So should you take with the bishop or with the rook? I'm not even including queen.
Or the queen. Okay.
So
Not including that one. Okay. That's not the answer for sure.
right, as I said earlier, when you're attacking the king, you don't want a queen trade, right? We do not want to trade the queen.
Mhm.
Queen is too OP. It's I'll stop. But in reality, the queen is just way too strong. I mean, it's an attacking piece right now. So bishop or rook, which one do you like more?
Uh, I like the bishop because that keeps up the check.
Very good. Okay. I have this. Let me go back here. All right. Remember when I said checks captures attacks?
Yeah.
So if you just think about that concept right now, you will find the winning move for white. So it's a small uh you know kind of structure to follow, just to scan for the most aggressive moves in the position first. So what does that mean? Look, do you have any possible checks, like checks that aren't completely stupid?
Mm,
You have a lot of checks, but they're all pretty terrible.
yeah, I don't think so.
Yes. So correct. Checks captures attacks does not mean I play the check when I see it. It just means let me scan it. Okay. Captures. Do you have any captures that make sense?
Hmm. Um, this one loses. Uh, bishop can't capture
Hmm?
anything. Horse can't capture anything. Uh, nope, none of my pawns can capture anything. So I don't think I can capture anything that I'd want to.
You can't. So that means attacks. What does attacks mean? If we have checks reserved for attacking the king and captures for capturing whatever, attacks is everything else, starting with the queen. Is there any
Okay.
move in this position that attacks his queen?
Um, so the bishop, if I move the bishop at all, it attacks with my rook.
Yes, literally any
Um,
square. Just don't go here because then he'll take. That's the only.
fair. Um,
So where else?
other
What's the
than
best move?
that, uh, maybe this one,
That is great because that move also attacks what?
the knight.
It attacks the queen and the knight. Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice. My entire chat has been screaming for bishop e5. Guys, please allow the protege to have a moment and think. Thank you. Yes, bishop e5. And at the same time, if you want to be cheeky, you have this one as well because you attack the knight two different ways.
Okay.
So, and yes, those of you asking whether or not it's possible, yes, that's. I'm impressed that you saw this. You didn't forget that the rook is here. Bishop e5 is crushing. So now you see checks captures attacks. It will automatically make you think of a move like this first.
Hmm.
Because when you're first starting out, you might go in this position. Well, my rook's not doing anything. Let me bring it over here.
I did consider that move. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because again, it's the only piece that's not playing, and just having that little system, just knowing that, okay, let me just look at this move. Maybe it's good. Oh, wow, it's actually good. Yeah, oops, it attacks everything. So, so bishop e5 actually in this position is crushing. Okay, I'm gonna take a step back. You're gonna have to beat me now. You are
Beat.
crushing here with white.
Ooh, okay. Um, I'll do my best. Check.
Yes, that's a wonderful move. Going to go king to c8. So good practice here in finishing off the game. I don't want you to. What I do for back when I was running scholastic programs is if a person had such a winning position, I would say you have to win in the next 10 moves or you lose. It's just over. Auto loss. We're not gonna do that, but try to put maximum pressure here. Two strategies when you're completely winning. Number one, trade some pieces and get it into an endgame. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
strategy two, more fun. Use your piece advantage to just, find a way to attack my king. Like, find a way to get to my king, destroy the position, and win the game.
Alrighty. Let's use your method here. Checks, captures, attacks. Let me look for checks first. I don't think any of these spaces look good with the queen. This is the only one that's protected, and that's the only one that's not a check. My knight can't approach really, because you have the pawn. This one protecting. Okay. One thing I see is this here, because I can recapture if you take with the bishop. So that's my play. I like
Good.
that one.
Pick up a pawn, get closer. Also, you're forcing a trade.
Yeah.
You're forcing a trade. That is I was really, man, my own methods are being used against me. Yes, this is a great move. Okay, I'm going to take.
Okay. And then I take there.
Okay, so I'm going to play this move. All right. Now what?
Okay. So checks, captures, attacks. I see a check here with my rook. But we talked before about how leaving the queen there is potentially dangerous.
Okay, but okay, talk to me about this potential danger. So rook f8.
Uh,
What is he? What is black? What am I going to do? Black is going to play.
So if I go rook f8, you either take or run away.
Can I run away?
Oh, you can't run away. So because I have this here. Okay. So you'd take, and then I would take, and then it's a check again. After that, I don't know.
Now I can run away, and then what's the final move there for white?
Is it that simple? Is it a final move? Oh boy. Okay.
Not checkmate, not checkmate, but in the combination. So the queen is here, king is going to move up. So let's not forget the queen is now on this square. The king has moved up. So what would you play there?
Oh boy, I already lost. I lost my train of thought now.
I know. It's hard, but this is good. It's a good thing to practice. So rook down.
Okay.
So takes. This might be easier. Takes, king up. What does your queen take?
Oh, the other rook.
Yes. Yes. Very nice. So simplifying there just won you the game. Literally 5 moves. You took rook here.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And you see, like maybe an hour ago you wouldn't consider a move like rook f8. You would consider just move the queen, like because it's under attack. So there you go. Like you acquired that skill. Maybe in another game rook f8 will be the worst move in the world, so you don't play it. But in this particular position, it forces black to not just trade pieces, but just straight up lose.
Right.
It's completely lost. Okay, but this is still an important skill. I want you to win this position. You might say, well, this is a waste of time. Black should just resign. Yes, but you have to have this skill of converting the game fully. So, all right, win it.
Hmm. Oh boy.
You know, aren't these positions the worst?
I mean, I'm actually a little nervous because this is still. If you go here, that's if for whatever reason this is undefended,
Mm-hmm.
I would lose. So moving my rook out of there is scaring me. So I feel like I have to do it with my knight and my queen.
Okay.
Well, I could check with my knight, but it's free. I feel like it doesn't get me anywhere.
Mm-hmm. This is a position where, yeah, just nothing there for you, so.
Um, hmm. Yeah, the queen is kind of stuck back there.
All right. Well, you have, yeah, so get it back your side.
Okay. How about that?
Yeah, you have a lot of good moves. Queen H8 is a perfectly reasonable move. And you're trying to go like somewhere here, right? I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
just
Or take.
give me the most diagonals to go, or yeah, just pick up the pawn and check again.
I'm gonna go. I can't do much. I don't have a lot of pieces. So I want you in this game to mess around with a completely winning position just so you can kind of pick up this skill for good of just
Yeah.
converting easily.
Okay. Well, this one's at least safe now.
Outstanding. Not to mention that you're gonna need this rook. I mean, you're up a rook and a knight, so you got. Oh, sorry, rook and a knight. So you got to use the rook. Take.
Yeah. Okay. Um, my instinct was to take, and then I would lose.
But okay, I mean, you caught that. Like that's good. And by the way, Queen H7 is still not so easy for black because you have enough material. So, but yeah, let's not. No, let's not do it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so you took the pawn there. My horse is still safe. Queen or king is safe. Rook is finally on the attack. So my unsafe pieces are this one.
Hmm.
Um, but do I go for a second queen, or do I just check? Well, I think I would try this one just because now I have the double attack on the pawn.
Okay, I like it. I'm gonna go here.
Okay. I'm gonna go take the pawn.
Okay, now you are defended. So what? I have a question for you. What is the only thing in this position that you need to be afraid of?
Um, in this position, I don't want to like leave my queen hanging.
And even more important than the queen.
Well, like a check here.
So checks. You're
But
king,
both of
right?
those are defended. Both of those are defended with here and
Uh-huh.
here.
But something's not defended. It's not over, but it's
Okay,
tricky.
yeah, this one could do something.
Yes, both of these. So if I check you, how can you get out of this check?
I could block or run away.
Run away in which
I run
direction?
away. If I run away here, I just die, right? Because you can do that.
Nice back rank, yes. Or as it was, determined in PogChamps 1, the ice skater checkmate.
Okay.
Yes, back rank mate, very nice. I was kind of luring you toward this because it's very counterintuitive to walk toward the queen, but you have to actually. I mean, you can also very nice. You can block.
Yeah, I didn't
So
even think about. Yeah, I didn't even consider this one. But yeah, this was what I was gonna play.
yes, that's a great move. So normally it's not a great idea to like if you're in check to pin yourself to like
Yeah,
put a
pin my
piece,
own rook.
but you have to. I
Sure.
mean, this is a different position. So okay, check.
Okay. Oh wait. Okay. This is this where I could theoretically get
No.
stalemated here if you run back here.
Oh, you're saying repeat, like we would repeat moves.
Yeah, I've lost a few games,
Oh.
or not lost, but lost a winning position to a tie because of that.
Yes, well, what you would do is you would just go to the corner because that would be okay now because your rook is covering.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
So that's the difference. But I'm gonna play this move.
okay. And now my knight's undefended, but now I just win, I think, because I can do this one.
Oh, check. And yeah, you pick up the a4. Sorry, you pick up the queen on b2. Very nice. Also, you have rook b1.
Oh, that also pins the. I see. Okay.
Very nice. I don't want to quite throw the game away yet. So this was the I'm gonna do what teachers do and say it was a test. It was a bit of a test. Knight a4 is a very nice find. So great find. Not panicking that this knight is in danger. Okay, but let me be annoying. Let me try to. I want you to convert this position to the best of your ability. So let's do this. Let's keep the game going just a little bit. How would you win this?
Sure. Okay. So your king is on a dark square. I can't check with my queen right
Mm-hmm.
now. If I move my rook, I could get checkmated. Um, so, because of that, because I'm nervous about like completely throwing the game, my instinct is to just start pushing my pawns up so that I'm not about to get not leaving this back row just undefended, or not undefended, but vulnerable to getting my king single piece checkmated, if that's even a term.
Yep.
uh,
Yep,
but yeah,
H4. Yeah, we're not gonna see you in the next PogChamps. We're gonna see you in the next like freaking candidates tournament or something. I mean, like it's to compete for the world championship. Yes, very nice. H4, excellent move.
oh, this is a good move. Okay,
Yes, it's a great move. Now, it's great in this position because everything that you said is correct. Like you have a good thought process and you come up with a logical move, and it's working. So in another position, this might not be good because you're weakening the squares in front of your king. So this is the thing about pawn moves, is that like that square has no guard anymore, right?
yeah,
So like a knight on this square would be really good, but your opponent doesn't have one of those.
true.
So great. Okay. I'm gonna. Oh, I hate my position. I'm gonna go here.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in that position either. All right, well, so now that I'm safe to move this rook,
Hmm.
now I would um, now I'd probably do this one.
Okay, I'm gonna go check.
Okay, and then I run away.
Now I'm gonna take.
Um, oh, I see. Okay, and now
Is this a good move?
no, because now it's defended, right? With the queen. I mean,
No.
okay, like I guess you would still lose your queen, and I'd be able to run this pawn, I suppose.
So does that make the position a lot easier for you?
Uh, yeah, I think so.
So do it, yeah. When you have a huge advantage, like huge, rook, knight, I mean, sometimes it's okay to just sacrifice everything. Just let's go. And is this king in time to stop this pawn?
Definitely not.
Have you learned about the square?
Um, say what now? The
Okay.
square?
Yeah, so pawn king race, very easy way to remember it is the pawn has how many squares to promotion?
4?
4. My board is blue on my end, so let's make it green. 4. So you count 4 squares this way, 4 squares this way. Oops. That is the square. And as long as the black king is not in that little spot, you win the race.
Got it.
So if black's next move was here, then you would, yeah, but no, you were just winning. Okay, I'm not letting you promote a second queen, even though that would be the easiest way to do this. You're not allowed. You have to just beat me from this material balance. Go ahead. I want to see how clinical you are.
Okay.
But, oh, one more rule. Sorry, I'm going to be annoying, but this is actually going to be a much easier way to win when you have the queen. You are not allowed to check me until checkmate. So the only check you can play is checkmate.
Oh boy.
But you'll notice actually that this is a lot. This will make things a lot easier. A queen controls the king's getaway squares. You don't have to checkmate a million times. You can just use the queen as a barrier.
Okay. How do I not check you here is the question.
Uh-huh.
Barrier square could be this one. And then I can bring the king
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, and the knight. Knights are tricky with queens because they obviously this is the strongest combination in the game. So, okay, king c7, let's go.
Hmm.
See, I'm trying to escape.
Yeah. So if you're trying to escape there, I can go here, but only because I saw you doing this.
I know, but that's all right. I mean, the thing is, little arrows, whether invisible or visible in your brain, they do have to kind of take that into account. All right, king here.
Okay. I can't check you. My instinct is this one.
I know. You're
Saying
not
I'm
allowed.
not allowed. Okay. Okay.
Someone in my chat said you can promote to a rook. He never said you can't promote to a rook.
I'll get all the knights. Show how OP horses truly are when you have to get them. Okay.
Okay.
I still can't checkmate you, darn it.
Or check me. Yeah. Well, actually, checking here would be bad because I would just take your knight. So.
Yeah, true.
You said something before, but you're not quite utilizing it.
The king?
Yeah. A lot easier with the king because the knight is weird. You know, it like doesn't see the king laterally.
Yeah. I figured there was some like 2 or 3 move checkmate that I was missing. But yeah, I could bring him out.
No, because I have enough squares in this position to do some stuff. Okay, king here.
Okay. Let's see. Keep going.
Okay, here. I could have done a little bit better than going back, but it's okay. Man, that no check rule is really a pain here because you can make your process easier, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Okay, you have a very useful move in this position that you have mate in 2 basically. Meaning you make a move, I make a move, you checkmate me on the next move. But this is not a check. Oh my goodness. Okay, checkmate.
Yeah.
Very nice. So, you know, I could have been a real pain in the ass and played this, and I told you you can't check me, but I would have probably rescinded that rule because that just wins, right? Because queen here, king here, and then mate. So yeah, we went through like the 3 phases, you know, of the game, starting from the opening. We used the fried liver, got the king out, and then there was a lot of different stuff in that game to think about. And the thing about chess is that if you have a lesson and I tell you 7 or 8 concepts and 2 stick, like that's normal. Don't think like I'm not a good player. I can't fully remember. Plus, you know, you'll have a VOD, you'll have some sort of video that you can always refer back to. Everybody's different with the way they approach the learning process for chess, but